Colin from Debrew, and this is going to be a very exciting video because we are going to analyze campaign data, one of the most important features in optimizing your campaigns. Launching your campaigns is one process, the optimization stage is next. So I'm in one of my old ad accounts, a disabled one. I have all Sarah campaigns, so these are ad sets, not campaigns. I already went to the ad set level. You can see these used to spend 20 a day, and they have quite a bit of spent on them, more than 2,500 landing page views. You see the CPC varies, and we're going to analyze CPC, CTR, and CPM. I'm going to explain you how it works and why these metrics are important. Watch this video at least 5 times because this information, this understanding of this material is crucial to make your CPA marketing business work. So I am on the ad set level right now in Facebook Ads Manager. These are Instagram story ad campaigns. Italy 18+, UK 18+, New Zealand 18+, Belgium 18+, France 18+, Australia 18+, Germany 18+, Netherlands 18+. Let me just check what they run, as it's been such a long time. I'm going to edit the ad set just to see what kind of traffic they were running. Of course, this runs in Italy, 8 million people. So either it's running 20 euros a day, so you guys should follow the 3-day rule. It's only targeted to women and it runs broad, no interest targeting. 18 to 65 plus, only women. So the ad set name should have that it's only women in there. Then the placements are optimized to Instagram story ads, and it's optimizing for landing page views. I'm just only going to check if all these campaigns are running broad. If so, it will give me a better indication of what works in this sense. So we go a little bit down, and then as soon as I check 2 more, then I will know, I guess everything is running broad. That's why you see quite large audiences. We already know we use interest as the most relevant audience, and we only go broad if applicable. These ad sets are all broad. We take that into consideration when looking at the CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. We go to the columns, and from performance, we go to performance and clicks. We go to columns, and from performance, we go to performance and clicks. Only performance is not enough. All right, then we get a lot more data if we scroll to the right. And this is the data we are going to have a look at. So the engagement, the quality ranking, it all doesn't matter that much. So we're going to remove these a little, make them smaller, make the schedule smaller, so all the data comes together. So you can see most of these campaigns have spent more than 1 day, some even almost 1.5 days worth of traffic, right? You can see the cost per click varies from 5 cents in the cheapest geo to 16 cents in New Zealand. These are different countries: Netherlands, Germany, Australia, France, Belgium, New Zealand, UK, and Italy. We could conclude that this is basically tier 1 countries, right? The Western European world, and we have New Zealand and Australia as an addition. We have to take several things into consideration here. These campaigns all run broad. So it runs to every female 18 plus on Instagram. Sarah is a very famous fashion brand, if you are not familiar with it. This is a promotion to win a voucher for Sarah. And you can already tell, looking at, for instance, click-through rates, that the audiences in Australia, Germany, and Netherlands have a way more attached feeling to the brand than, for instance, France. Where in France, it's not that famous. Maybe H&M or Primark are the preferred store brands. In the UK, it's a little bit more famous than, for instance, in Italy. What do we have to... That's regarding the ad sets and the different countries, right? Because usually you guys will only run one country in an ad set and then go interest, So you would run Sarah on Sarah and then broad if applicable, but for fashion, it's always applicable. So you would run 2 ad sets, or maybe even 4 if you do male, female. You would do male brand interest, male broad, female brand interest, female broad. Test those 4 ad sets in the same country. In this sentence, I made all these different countries way back. And I wanted to take this as an example to show you the difference in the cost per 1,000 impressions. So the 3 metrics we need to look at is cost per 1,000 impressions, CPM, cost per click, but then we look at cost per link click. We don't look at cost per click all. That's useless. CTR all, useless. Clicks all, useless. We look at CTR link click. So the 2 columns next to each other are the most important ones right here. Before looking at this data, I'm going to explain to you how Facebook works. Facebook and Instagram, that is. They function on a bidding system, which means they have placements available for ads, and their algorithm works to fill up those places. Specific audiences log in at specific times. The interest targeting is a very complex system. All you have to know is the more you bid, the more traffic you get. It's a competition, right? Which means that if you increase your budget, Facebook will always do its best to spend your entire budget because that's the way they make money. If you use automatic bidding, therefore, which 99% of the people will use, what happens is that you increase your budget, usually your costs go up. Why? Because you get more traffic. So for instance, I can get 1,000 clicks for 8 cents per click, and then I can get an additional 5,000 clicks, but then they want 10 cents because there's somebody bidding against me who doesn't want to go up, or there are not enough placements. So it's an execution sale based on an auction system. Keep that in mind. That's why the CPM varies. There are so many variables to take into consideration. I'm going to give you a couple. Therefore, you never know what the CPM is going to be. However, we always work with the average. Things to take into consideration: country, interest targeting, age range, placements, time of day, time of week, time of year, carriers, mobile phones, desktop, other advertisers, bidding strategies. Those are just a handful of things that influence the CPM, among maybe another 50 other things, right? So it's quite complex and there's no need to understand it to 100% detail. Even I perhaps only understand it basic enough to make it work. And that's the most important thing. You need to understand that the bidding system works as it works. However, there's one big difference, which is the CTR. The more relevant your ad becomes, so the more people click on your ad, of course, the lower the CPM is. And therefore, the lower the cost per click is. If your ad is relevant to the audience, Facebook will promote it more. And it's relevant and they make good money on it because you pay for the clicks, right? Then you have the auction system to take into consideration. So it's not favoring you. However, you will see that high click-through rates will usually result in low cost per clicks. And we'll show you that on the ad level. So we'll drill down one of these countries and then I can give you a better example. Now, when we look at the general competition, so we have the click-through rates, which we take into consideration. So these are high and these are low, basically, the other ones. So the top 3 are the highest and then these are middle and then low. So let me mark the low ones. So these are relatively low CTR. These 2 are the middle ones and these are the high ones. A question, for instance, can be, this has a low CTR, one of the lowest. It's a 4 cents cost per click, right? This has the highest CTR and it has an 8 cent cost per click, double. It's twice as expensive, but 3 times more people are clicking through. Why? The answer is there are less people in Australia than there are in Italy. That's one thing, reach. And the other thing is, Australia is way more competitive with advertiser bidding on that audience than Italy is. So the cost per 1,000 impressions goes down in Italy and goes up in Australia. When we are running campaigns, you will see Italy payouts are significantly lower than Australia because the payout is in relation to the expensiveness of the traffic. If you are a good CPA marketer, you get the same CPC as you get in Australia, which means if the payout is 4 times as high in Australia, you make 4 times more money than any other affiliate. You can imagine that a 2% click-through rate resulting in a 4-cent cost per click. If you would have a 2-cent click-through rate in Australia, so the same as Italy, you might have 15 to 20 cent cost per click. That campaign will probably never be profitable that way. Taking in consideration landing page drop-off and the conversion rate. But for now, we're just looking at this data. You see that for people who are less analytical, this might be complex data. Hence, I said, watch this video at least 5 times before asking any questions. This is not rocket science. You just have to see how these 3 metrics, CPM, CPC per link click, and CTR link click, how they work together, how they influence each other. The answer is, the question is, how do I have a high CPC? The answer is always because you have a low CTR. How can we fix it? Make better ads. Out of 100 impressions, 2 people on average swiped up, 3.8 people on average swiped up, 6 people on average swiped up. You need to get that swipe up rate on Instagram story ads up for the CTR to go up, for the CPM to go down, for the CPC to go down. Right. I hope this is clear. CTR is the key performance indicator. If you have a good CTR, you usually have a good CPC. Instagram story ads, get this above 5%. This campaign, not profitable. This campaign, maybe break even, maybe a little profit. Not profitable, I can already tell from the data. And this campaign could be profitable. Italy is not an easy geo. But get your CTRs above 5%. It's not easy, but you have to do it. Let's give you another example. If the CTR on the landing page is fixed, landing page click-through rate, they carry the same name, but they're very different. This is link click-through rate, CTR, also known as ad CTR, and the landing page click-through rate is how many people click through your bridge page. Let's say that percentage is fixed and the conversion rate is fixed. If you could reduce your CPC by 50%, you would make twice the amount of money. Going from 6 cents per click to 3 cents per click, the landing page click-through rate is fixed and the conversion rate is fixed, you would 100% increase your ROI that way. That's why these metrics are so powerful as an advertiser. Let's open this campaign and go to the ad level so I can show you the difference. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ads. Which one is the highest performer? You can see there's a significant difference in the data. There's one ad which had 11 clicks, 2.66% CTR. Then there's the top performer running a 6.5% CTR. As you saw before, the average landing page view price was 8 cents, which is, let me see, here, 8 cents. Now, the average click-through rate was 5.9. However, the main ad is running 6.5 and a 7 cent CPC. What you don't want to do is turn off these ads. The Facebook Ads Manager, in combination with the Pixel, auto-optimizes the ad level. That's the one true power feature of Facebook and Instagram advertising, is you let the Pixel optimize. The Pixel spent 24 euros, of which 19 euros was dedicated to the best performing ad set. And €1 was spent on this one, not even €1 was spent on this one, €1 was spent on this one, and $2.25 was spent on this. Because for some reason, the pixel thought it had potential, the algorithm. You can see that more than 80%, maybe even 85% is spent on the main ad. We don't turn these off. We don't touch it, because then you are playing against the pixel. Any changes you make are not in line with what we would advise here. 6.1%. What you see here, this is all in Australia, all in the same country. Now you can see how the CTR influences CPM. You can see here. Let's drill down a little bit deeper in all the information we can see. Because this is 6.5%, obviously it gives the lowest CPM, right? 5.2 gives 5.72. However, 3% gives 5.15. The question is, why? Well, you can break down even further. If we break down by delivery and we break down by age, let's see what we get. So you'll get tons and tons of data. So for this one, we have a CPM of 7.46 because it picks the youngest audience available, which is in this one the most expensive. You can see, however, a click-through rate of 11.86%. Yet, still the audience is extremely expensive because apparently everybody is bidding on 25 to 34-year-old females. You can also see that 65 plus, there's almost no reach, but the CPM is extremely cheap. Then when we go to the other ad set we were looking at, you can see the click-through rates are crazy, 16.6%, but there's almost no impressions. You see, these are old people, 8.33 CPM. Therefore, you can already tell, looking at this data, Australia, quite expensive geo. When we look at the CPMs, the lowest CPM we encountered was like €1, but it had only 10 impressions, and it didn't result in a click, only spent 1 cent. That's usually what happens when a very small reach, very low reach. But this ad set, which has obviously on average the highest CTRs, resulted in the lowest CPMs available. Now, as I mentioned before, things like time of day, competition, time of day viewers, placement, platforms, all these things here, and even by time and by action, all the things that people do, all the placements they have, they all influence the CPM. So it's not as easy to clarify, but you can see at least the higher the CPM, usually the lowest, the higher the CTR, usually the lowest CPM. There's always one word which I love to use. It's relative. One thing is always compared to another thing to make a conclusion. Based on this information, you can optimize. When we look at these ad sets, and I have my tracker on the other screen, I can just say, okay, I look at the landing page click-through rate and I look at the conversion rate. Now I get my earnings per click on the offer, right? Well, then I make a new column in my tracker and I call it total earnings per click. So the clicks that come from Facebook, Ads Manager, so Facebook or Instagram, they go through our entire flow. And how much do I earn per click paid to Facebook? That's what you can show in your tracker, right? Super powerful data. And then it says, Netherlands, you pay 6 cents is your earnings per click, total earnings per click. You have to make a custom column for that. Well, the cost per click is 6 cents. So either I improve the campaign or I kill it because it's break even. It's spending money without making money. In Germany, the earnings per click are 7 cents. So per click on Facebook, I win 1 cent. With 600 clicks, easy, you make $6, €6. Same. You analyze this information and then you can make accurate conclusions. Do I need to optimize? What do I need to do? If you need to optimize, you will learn later how specifically you could optimize things. But the answer is always make better ads on the ad level to increase the ad CTR. So right now we go to the ad level, make better ads on the ad level to increase CTR to reduce the cost per click. Or here, change the targeting. Change the interest, change the age range, change the gender, change the placement, change the bidding strategy. Either one of those options influences the CPM, could increase or reduce the CTR, which reduces or increases the CPC. Everything is related. I hope you guys learned something. Please watch this video a couple of times. It is quite complex, but I hope that you master this material as soon as possible because it's crucial to your affiliate success. Good luck.